I bet you own at least one item that you bought and never used. Maybe it's a fifth coffee mug or a weird gadget from AliExpress you ordered at 3 in the morning. I spend too much, I need self-discipline, we tell ourselves. But this isn't about a weak will. A whole army of professional marketers works against your wallet, plus a million years of evolution. Let's break down exactly how this works and what you can do about it. We still live in the Stone Age. Our brains formed over hundreds of thousands of years in scarcity. If early hunter-gatherers found more food than they needed, they took it all. Tomorrow might bring nothing. Those who hoarded survived. But evolution moves very slowly. The first hunter-gatherers, Homo erectus, appeared about 2 million years ago. Food scarcity in Western countries basically ended about 70 years ago with the first well-stocked supermarkets. 70 years is nothing in evolutionary terms, yet our instincts stay the same. Our brain tells us a 50% off sale is a survival issue. Harvard Medical School data shows that the amygdala, the brain part for impulsive behavior, reacts to sales just like it reacts to physical threats. It's literally fight or flight. But instead of a bear, it's a yellow price tag. Funny, yes, but that's how it works. Now, let's talk about chemistry. Dopamine isn't the pleasure hormone people think it is. It's the anticipation hormone. Stanford neurobiologist Robert Sapolsky showed that monkeys release more dopamine while waiting for a reward than when they get it. Humans are the same. The dopamine spike doesn't happen when you hold the item in your hands. It happens the moment you click pay and wait for delivery. That slight excitement, that anticipation, that is dopamine in action. That's why unboxing videos are so big on YouTube. We get that high through someone else. That's why for many of us, shopping is one of the easiest ways to hack your brain's reward system. It's fast and legal, though not always cheap. But besides brain chemistry, psychology plays a part too. When you buy running shoes, you don't buy footwear, you buy an image of yourself waking up at 6 a.m. to run 5 miles. When you buy something because your favorite influencer recommended it, you don't just buy a product, you buy a feeling of closeness to that influencer. You feel just as cool as they are because you own the same thing. In his work, Possessions and the Extended Self, Russell Belk showed that people see purchases as extensions of their personality. Me isn't just a body and thoughts, but the things around us as well. That's why when we lose a favorite item or it gets stolen, it feels like a personal insult or violation. Psychologists mention something called self-discrepancy theory. We compare our real self to our ideal self, the person we want to be. A big gap between these images causes emotional discomfort. Shopping closes that gap for a bit. Sadly, it's an illusion. We aren't doing the work to improve ourselves, but just getting a short boost. I have cool new sneakers, I'm so hype! But the novelty fades fast, and we fall back into the buying cycle. Here's another mechanism people rarely realize. Why do we go to the store after a hard day when everything went wrong? Not because we need anything, but because under stress, the brain looks for any action that brings back a sense of control. Picking a product, comparing, deciding to buy, these are small acts of control. Moreover, you don't have to buy anything. Even just the process of choosing works as stress relief. So, we covered biology and psychology. Now let's see how manufacturers use this. If you think manufacturers just make a product, set a price, and put it on sale, you're wrong. An army of marketers and psychologists work hard to sell you things. Here are the most popular tricks that push you to buy. Everyone has this bag. Everyone owns these headphones. Different triggers, but the same ancient fear, being left out of the group.
Nowadays, Havaianas is sold in over 150 countries worldwide in famous places around the world, including, of course, the Brazilian beaches.
Fitting in means being part of the tribe. In the Stone Age, exile from the tribe meant death. Social mismatch still feels like a threat. That's why buying the right brand is a quick way to signal to yourself and others, I belong, I'm with you. Marketers weaponize this knowledge. First, they launch a huge ad campaign with celebrities and influencers. Then they add a tag on their web store. Only 20 items left. This shuts down the prefrontal cortex, the brain part for rational decisions. The brain gets a signal. No time to think, act now. And we buy. You walked around the store for an hour. Now you stand at the checkout and your hand reaches for gum without a second thought. You didn't plan it. That is an impulse buy. Blame decision fatigue. During a long trip, after a chain of decisions, we deplete our sense of self-control, and at the checkout, we're most vulnerable to impulse buys. Sellers know that we're most prone to buy in that state. Gum, batteries, lighters, snacks, home trinkets. These items are placed at the register not by accident. There's a whole category of impulse buy goods. It exists because decision fatigue works every time. The same rule applies to online shopping. By the way, if you run an online store, we have a free guide with a list of popular impulse buy items. Grab the link in the description. When we pay cash, we almost physically feel the loss of our money. That's because the same zone that reacts to pain is activated in our brain. But when we pay by card or Apple Pay Tap, that feeling is way less prominent. MIT students showed people will pay up to 100% more when using a card instead of cash. Tech has made parting with money much more painless. Internet memes call card money free money for a reason. We see a digit on a screen, not bills we count out one by one. So letting go is easier. You just lower a number on a screen and don't lose something you can hold in your hands. By the way, here's our video about Buy Now, Pay Later, or BNPL payment systems if you're interested. Watch it after you finish this one. In the 18th century, French philosopher Denis Diderot got a fancy red robe as a gift. You'd think he'd be happy, right? He was, for a while. But soon he realized his old office furniture looked shabby next to the new robe. He bought a new desk, then a chair, then a rug. He ended up in debt because of a robe. Companies use this mental quirk all the time. For example, you buy a new iPhone. Now you need AirPods. Now a case for them, a wireless charger, a charging stand. Suddenly you spent 3 times more than you planned to because the new thing doesn't match the old stuff. Okay, listen, I don't want to preach that shopping is evil. Consumption is part of civilization. We can't live without food. Without sunscreen, we get blisters on our skin. Without a phone, we can't check on our elderly parents or kids. And yes, getting a little dopamine hit from buying a trinket on Amazon is fine. But there's a difference between falling for these tricks and understanding them. If you watch this video as a regular buyer, now you know why your Amazon cart fills up so fast. It's in our nature. And being aware of this can save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And if you sell products yourself, you just got a map of your buyer's brain, not to manipulate it, but to understand it. What do people look for in a purchase? Control, belonging, anticipation, feeling like a better version of themselves. Give them that and they will buy. If this video helped you, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and see you next time.